Ahoy, my friends, Ryder here, and welcome back to another Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis video. Today is one of my favorite kinds of videos. I'm going to be going through the new story chapter. Now, I know these are kind of slower videos, more just like a chill sesh kind of hangout, where we just kind of like shoot the shit and talk about the game. But for those of you guys that are hanging out, I'm glad you guys are here, and I am excited to get into this next section of the story. I'm curious how long it's going to actually be, considering how much of it covers. But that being said, I am going to be getting into it right now. All right, so let's jump to Chapter 7 right here. And it looks like the first one is a simple village, conflicting emotions right here with Cloud. All right, guys. So I'm just going to let the party choose whatever it's going to be. I think by now the patch has come in. I believe it was on June 26th where they lowered the overall difficulty of the story quests in the game. So I don't think I'll really have to go into here and make any strong teams whatsoever. I'm hoping that the recommended just kind of handles it for me and we can just enjoy the story. Oh, I remember this exact scene from original Final Fantasy VII right here. They're almost in Gongaga. This is where you get the Titan materia, I think. Let's go. Bring it, Turks. Oh man, this really brings back the memories, guys. Good memories. Get lost, will ya? I don't know, the Turks, you gotta hand it to them. They never give up, but they also never win either. So, alright, yeah, this is definitely easier than previous story stuff, especially if we're fighting the Turks on the first battle right here. I think that's definitely really good of them that they did go out and change it so that it is easier for basically all players to get through the story. I didn't like the fact that they were like, some of them were pretty damn hard, actually, if you're trying to use the recommended team. Alright, almost done with the first battle. Such a cutie. Alright, here we go. First battle against the Turks is down. It is interesting to see this like recap of the story, considering I just played through Rebirth, and that's such like, it's a similar retelling. A lot of things are the same, but it's so different that, you know, it has a nostalgic feel to it. But this right here, like this exact scene right here, is like super, super nostalgic. Like, in some ways, even far more so than Rebirth. Even though I really did like the game, parts of it were infuriating, but I finished it and I do really end up loving the game. I am taking a break though before going through it on hard. Ooh, a spy in the team. On to Gongaga. Hopefully this is where they give us the Titan materia in Ever Crisis, right? No, they would definitely not do something like that. That'd be pretty sick, though. The other soldier first class. I wonder who they could be talking about. Alright, let's get into this next part of the story right here. Pretty excited. I'm kind of bummed that I haven't got the chance to really play through this until now. It's been so busy, guys, with everything that has to do with the new limit break draw, which I did decide to pull on ultimately. Just before sunset, they arrive at the desolate village of Gongaga, site of a horrible reactor accident from years ago. Really looks quite different than the Rebirth Gongaga here. All right, here we go. Looks like we'll be speaking with Zach's parents now. I wonder if Zach had seen his parents after he got the Buster Sword. Aerith knows. Aw, she looks so sad. That'd be crazy. Your son just vanished. Just don't even know what's going on. Oh man. Tifa remembers too. This is what I love about Final Fantasy VII. That whole... Oh man. Let's check on Aerith. That whole dynamic, like, with Tifa knowing the truth, but then realizing or understanding that Cloud is not yet aware of it, and then Aerith at the same time, like that whole intricate dynamic between the three of them is something that is just so impactful and powerful in regard to a story. I mean, clearly it touched all of us, right? Heavy. And she would recognize the sword. Oof. He loved women. Frickin' Zach. He loved Aerith. Although I think he also loved Cisne. Cloud's all jealous right now. He's like, I have his sword. What more do you want? All right, so that's the second scene. I think we'll be probably... Oh yeah, that's the first section. I'm guessing that's all of Gongaga. Encroaching monsters. Let's check out the next one. Hopefully this gives us kind of an insight into the next Crisis dungeon to drop, and hopefully the next dungeon ranking, which have been sorely missed on my end. Battle rankings are fun, as you guys know, from me, but I want something more from the game developer, you know? I don't want to make my own difficulty. I want them to give me a intricate boss fight. Let's go. I have a feeling this chapter will be pretty long. It's like we're not even in Cosmo Canyon. Does it? I'm wondering if it goes all... Oh, it goes all the way to Nibelheim as well. Obviously, we're getting Vincent. All right, here we go. Enemies annihilated. Oh, but tracking back, I did decide to pull on Vincent's banner. I know that it's really controversial just because it's a limit break draw, and the circumstances of the whole thing kind of had me feeling confused, right? Because I feel like on one hand, there is, you know, like the idea to set a good precedent for the community and not pull when I think they should have added wishlist weapons to this limit break draw banner. But then at the same time, guys, like being outside of being a content creator, I'm still just a Final Fantasy VII fan here for the nostalgia. Vincent is one of my favorite characters of the crew. He is super unique and awesome in my opinion. And so after some, like pondering on the matter, where do we go? Oh, this is the next one right here. After some pondering on the matter, I decided that, I'm going to take a risk and go for the banner. And the risk is that I'm hoping that it'll be wishlistable by the 1-year anniversary. Who's to say at this point if they're going to do that? I feel like it would be a major mistake on their behalf if they didn't do that. And it definitely would ruin a little bit of trust in the community with the company. So it's hard to say what will happen, guys. But yeah, I did decide to go in on the banner. There will be a video dropping. I did go from having really bad luck to having really good luck. So the video is pretty fun. I think I'm going to call it the Battle for Luck. Because I was like adamantly tenacious and not letting my luck stay bad. So I was like determined to turn it around, and it actually worked. So, I think a lot of times it doesn't work like that. So the video turned out to be pretty fun. And circumstances regarding the banner aside, I'm pretty excited. I really like Vincent. I think his costume looks so wicked cool. So yeah, that's basically what's been going on for me over here. On top of the fact that we're moving to Peru in 4 days, which is going to be like 34 hours of travel with our cat. It's going to be gnarly. Speaking of no luck, I can see why they wanted our help. All right, time to move back into the story. But yeah, for all of you guys out there that are holding out for better things, I feel that. I'm down to 60,000 crystals, so I'm not really in the best standing for the 1-year anniversary. I almost assuredly will not break 100,000 crystals by the 1-year anniversary, which is tough considering, we had a lot of banners for the 6-month anniversary. I'm guessing this one's just going to be bigger. Hello, we're back. All right. Time to go kill some monsters. I just love the FF7 crew. What a great ensemble cast of characters that we have here. They all really kind of perfectly fit together in this like very unique kind of Lego system where they all perfectly balance one another. This is like, these kind of ensemble casts has inspired me to write the type of novels that I write, with also big ensemble casts of characters, each of them having very unique attributes considering themselves, and coming together and ultimately finding themselves fighting for a greater purpose. I love that kind of story. And it's a theme that I think is carried over very well in all of the Final Fantasies, except for the Final Fantasy 16. I did really enjoy 16, but I feel like they kind of dropped the ball on that aspect of Final Fantasy. Clive was really the only character you can play, and the other characters, although they had a part in the story, they just kind of fell a tad flat in comparison to other ones because, in these stories, you're a part of every character. You can bring them into your team. It is kind of like a development between the player and the character, and I feel like it kind of lost that a bit in 16, though I did still really enjoy it, and I've beaten both DLCs, which the second one is awesome. All right, now we're going to go try and find a clue about Sephiroth, I guess, at the reactor. I feel like this is a side quest that I can't remember doing when I went to Gongaga in the original Final Fantasy VII. Correct me if I'm wrong. All right, the aftermath of a reactor meltdown. No, I think that this might have been here. I can't quite remember. I do remember, I feel like, unlocking Titan at the end of this, like, dirt path where all this, like, junkyard stuff was. I feel like just outside Gongaga, but I can't quite recall. It's been a while. The next day, they head to the reactor in search of clues to Sephiroth's whereabouts. Yeah, here. I feel like this is where you get Titan. Off to the left, right? Yeah, right there. Damn. How crazy would it be if Square Enix became Shinra? I mean, with some of the stuff that they're like developing companies have been pulling with their mobile games, it kind of makes you wonder sometimes. And I feel like they're kind of like, what's the word? Playing with fire a bit when it comes to Ever Crisis, because Final Fantasy VII is essentially like the gold goose of Square Enix, right? And it's that player base that makes that the gold goose. And a lot of those fans play Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis. So I think it's imperative for the company to make sure that we are very well taken care of in this game, because we make up the like foundation of Square Enix, you know? So I'm hoping that they don't. I'm hoping that Applebot doesn't become greedier and greedier and essentially just like sever ties with players one by one. The head of Shinra Arms Department, I think her name was Scarlet. Yeah, that's Scarlet, all right. The woman in the red dress. Oh, I remember that. She says it's a junk materia. It's literally Titan, right? I love how the font just got bigger. Wow, she sounds just like Yuffie right there for some reason. I'll get on it right away. I'll search for a large, huge materia. What a punk. I really liked Sung though. He's so cool. He's definitely kind of like a chivalrous dude. He always treats Aerith really well, despite the fact that he's on the wrong end of the playing field. He's on the wrong team. I feel like there's a kind of, you know, I want to say thieves' honor in Sung. Even the rest of the Turks, but Sung the most so. He always looked out for Aerith, and I like that about him. Just goes to show that things are not so like white and black. It's not just like you're a villain and that's it, you're a hero and that's it. Like there's a gray area in all of these things, and I think the gray area is what makes characters interesting, right? Rather than the extreme that they fall into. No leads here. Oh, she did take the materia, so we don't get Titan after all. Damn. Cosmo Canyon. Let's frickin' go. I hope they use some scenes out of Rebirth here. They did it before, right? That would be cool, because the scenes from Rebirth in Cosmo Canyon were pretty frickin' phenomenal. Alright, let's frickin' go. I'm excited to get to Vincent. I'm a little bummed we didn't get to play Vincent or Sid at all in Rebirth. I don't think that's a spoiler since you don't get anything. I'm trying to keep in mind that some of you guys haven't played the game, so bear with me. Alright, so here we go to Cosmo Canyon, main section 3, the Sanctum of Planetology. Alright, let's frickin' roll through it. It is definitely a lot easier to get through these battles, I would say, which is chill, because I think, you know, it makes it interesting just to be able to flow through and just get the story as it is. Yes, it is. Also looks like the perfect site for some rock climbing. It's desert, it's dry. Look at those crags out there. Looks fun. Alright, single monster down. Alright. Let's frickin' go. Ooh, I forgot to fully level up. While I was doing pulls for Vincent's limit break draw, guys, I had pretty good luck on my wish list. I got my bunny gloves from OB5 to OB10, which is pretty damn phenomenal, if I'm not gonna lie. Got a several electro cannons, a couple automatics. It's pretty solid. I'm not gonna lie, it ended up being good. I had horrendous luck yesterday when I was filming like the Vincent evaluation video and I was using his tickets. Oof, guys, it was brutal. If you saw that video, you saw that I did not get good luck, but it was able to turn it around today. So ended up being a pretty fun video to watch. And now I get to play through the new chapter. Pretty psyched right now, guys. Also been playing Final Fantasy XIV. I played like 12 years ago and got into like end game raids. And at the time, I was doing like the first publications of Curseborn, which is interesting because now we're doing the third edition remasters of literally those same novels, and I picked up Final Fantasy XIV again. It is a great game, guys. It is a lot of fun. I'm really enjoying it. It's a nice blend between playing mobile games and console games. Because as much fun as mobile games are, they really fall flat in certain areas in comparison to actual AAA console games, you know? And that's where like I really appreciate video games. I know that mobile games make a lot of money, but I really do feel like it would be a total shame. Oh man, I love this story with Seto. It's one of my favorite stories in 7. But yeah, I do feel like it would be a shame, you know, if mobile games became so popular that AAA games started to take more and more of a hit, which is already kind of happening. So I definitely want to keep supporting AAA games, and let me know if you guys would ever want to see any like streams of me playing other games like console games, stuff like that. I might do something like that where like I edit like 2-hour videos of a playthrough of an entire game. Maybe do some like Twitch streaming, something like that. We'll just have to see. First, I'll have to get to Peru and get situated. All right, the live stream. Here is the scene with Bugenhagen right here. We'll see if we get some type of CGI cutscene. One of my favorite things in Final Fantasy games is when the graphics would like jump and you would get those CGI cutscenes. I loved that every single time. Here he is. He's got to carry around his yoga ball everywhere he goes. It's how he stays sprightly in his old age. I love Nanaki, dude. Such an interesting character. Looking up too much makes you lose perspective. Interesting. Sounds of the stars in the heavens. I love this whole connection to the planet. Hell yeah, we are. It's the same thing with the planet, though. What happens when the planet dies? Just returns to the cosmos, right? Exact same thing, just on a different scale. Spirit energy. Such a good theme right here, this music. Come on, CGI cutscene, let's go. This would be sick. I don't think it's gonna happen, but it would be so sick. Oh! Let's go! No way. Okay. Good job, guys. I'm psyched that they added this in. Yes. Let's freaking go. Super sick. Of course, it's right in front of Aerith when that happens. Basically just becomes a freaking asteroid, dude. That's crazy. Super cool scene. I'm super glad that they added that in there. It's definitely a nice touch for sure. And it's just for comfort. That's what we want. We do the same thing with all of our technology. We exchange so many things of value for comfort. And it seems like a good payoff, and sometimes it is, but in the long run, having too much comfort is just not going to be a good thing. I just started reading Dune, and in the beginning of the book he says something like human beings invented AI or some type of thing to mimic the human brain in order to free themselves, right? So in order to take some of the burden of the things that we have to do by creating these machines that do things for us. But then it says that all that eventually did was allow those with the control of the machines to end up enslaving the very people who were creating them and using them to be freed in the first place. It's I'm paraphrasing, but I thought it was a pretty impactful sentence just in the very first chapter of the first book of Dune, which is I'm pretty excited. I haven't actually read it yet. The dude who paints all of my book covers, John C. Poole or J.M.S, lives in France. He's been trying to get me to read Dune since we went to college in Japan together. The bonfire at the end of the day. Wow, they really kind of moved through Cosmo Canyon pretty quickly, actually. But I feel like we still gotta go. Let's talk to Tifa this time. We're still gonna have to go. Red 13's gotta become a man. Or I guess I don't know what you would call him since he's like kind of a wolf pup. I love bonfires. A friend of mine trained as a shaman in the Amazon in Peru, actually. He lived there for like 2.5 years in the jungles, and he said that fire rekindles our celestial chi. And there's definitely something about it. Fire has, when you sit in front of a fire, I feel rejuvenated after time. I just love sitting there listening to it crackle, just the heat of it. Although it's so hot out here in Nicaragua, this is the last thing you would want to do is sit in front of a fire. I wonder if she's thinking about Zach. That would be crazy to be in her circumstance. Where she's the last one. It's like he's saying they're there for her, and they are. But she's the only one left. It's like they can help in some ways, but in other ways, not at all. Damn, she just walks off. Brutal. All right, here we go. They died for the planet. Honestly, there's been so much suffering for everyone in this team. But Biggs, Wedge, and Jesse were freaking awesome. I like what they did with them in Final Fantasy XIV too. Alright, last but not least, the wolf pup himself. His face animation looks pretty funny right here. Wow, it's literally the exact same dialogue. I love this part of the story. They crushed this part in Rebirth. Alright, time to go find the truth. We're just going to cast an elixir on this boss, and he's going to be done. No, there's no weapons in this game. Or there's no items. We are forced to fight him. I wonder if we can cast Cure on him. That'd be interesting. Cave of the Gi, let's go. Alright, well, we're almost getting to Vincent, guys. This is a long chapter from what it's kind of what I expected. But for those of you guys that are still hanging out, I appreciate it. It's pretty fun. Plus, I know that I get a lot of different conversations in the comments since this is more of like a hangout video. Oh, man. Memories, dude. It's crazy to like have had my original memories of all Final Fantasy VII and then have played Rebirth and then get that kind of take on it and then come back here, which is like kind of revisiting the original in a different way. I love this part of the story. Oh, this looks like this is going to be the next dungeon, guys. Interesting. All right, let's run through this. I don't like to do what I'm told. It said that we should avoid them. But screw it. Let's freaking go. Oh shit, they're all casting Doom. Let me tell you, if they hadn't have lowered the difficulty of this, it probably would be way, way, way harder. They're just like triple casting Doom right off the bat. It gives you a good amount of time. In this game, at least. I think the timer starts at like 3,000. It's not like 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright. I like this dungeon. I miss this. I wish they bring back dungeon rankings. If they give us another battle ranking without a dungeon ranking next, I'm going to be like super disappointed. Alright, what else we got? Alright, time to crush these guys again. I'm so glad that I pulled for this costume for Red 13. It looks so sick. Like, some costumes kind of, like, lose their zest for me over time. Like, they're cool at the beginning, and then you're like, oh, been there, done that. But this costume right here, I continue to love it equally as much as I did since the moment it dropped on the Rebirth crossover. I think it looks so freaking sick. Is there a map in here? I don't know if there is a map. Alright, guys, we might be going the wrong way here. Alright, so we went the right way. Just want to make sure that we get everything. Alright, here we go. Yeah, this looks like definitely an upcoming dungeon, guys. Looks really cool. Alright. Microcube model 2x3. Big win. Alright. Oh shit, here we go. Another blue chest. I see it. I wonder if Red 13 kind of starts to put together that he's talking about his dad. Yeah, he does. He does start to put it together as he goes. It's crazy that he spent like so much of his life hating his dad and then ultimately finds out that like he's the reason that he basically has any of the things that he loves. Wow, okay, I can't go that way. I can't go this way either. Alright. I am not afraid of you. Alright, let's frickin' go. First Spectre's down. Who'd they cast on? I think they cast it on Barret and Cloud. Yeah, but we're good. There's still 2,900 on the countdown from 3K. So super solid. Not going to make a difference. Alright, let us proceed. I forgot what this area is called. The Caves of the Gi, maybe. Of the Gi Natak. Or maybe that's the name of the main Gi guy. Can't quite remember. Just going to check down here, make sure we're not missing anything. Alright, looking pretty solid. Alright, looks like one more battle till we get to the back of the cave. This is a big chapter, guys, for real. Holy smokes. I mean, I kind of expected it, but at the same time, this is like by far the biggest story chapter that we've had so far in the game. And we're still not even at Vincent yet, which is pretty freaking crazy. I'm not going to lie. It's pretty freaking crazy. But it is cool to have something that's not like a repeatable, grindable event. I think that we've had less and less like fun content. Hopefully that's just because of like, you know, them setting up guilds and stuff like that. But I'm hoping they kind of bring back some fun stuff up here in the future. We will get Ramu EX2 coming up. All right, here we go. Here we go. I remember this, dude. All right, quick, elixir. All right, status ailment Dread. Depending on the number of characters afflicted with Dread, the speed at which the command gauge increases in attack stance will slow. While afflicted, attack stance perks that boost damage and the amount of sigils destroyed will be inactive. Whoa! Dread is cancelled when the command gauge is maxed out in attack stance. Okay, that's good to know. All right, so here comes the curse. I'm guessing this is going to inflict everyone with Dread. All right, so interesting. So it's just a super slow kind of leveling up for it. I'm going to stop. Oh, wow. It just switches back and forth the entire time. That's freaking crazy. Well, too bad. That is a very interesting mechanic. I wonder if that was because I was on auto that it was doing that, switching back and forth, switching back and forth. That would be pretty damn annoying if that's what it does. That's how it prevents you. I feel like they would just slow it down. They wouldn't have you go in and out of attack and defense stance. That must have been the AI right there. All right. Got a bonus for clearing 5 battles with Nanaki. All right, here we go. That would have definitely been way freaking harder if they hadn't toned down the difficulty of these fights, guys. All right, let us proceed. I'm curious. I'm guessing that's going to be the extra battle, the extra, like the EX hard fight. for this story chapter is probably going to be that dude. I'm curious how hard it's actually going to be. Son of a warrior. Here it is. I wonder if we'll get another CGI cutscene. That would be sick. Because this scene was also really cool, but I'm not sure they'll show this scene. Yeah, I didn't think so. I felt like this one would be more of a spoiler for people. This scene is epic though in Rebirth with the updated graphics. He's so badass. Seto. So fucking cool. Damn. What a freaking hero. I love this scene, guys. Super good. I love when he jumps up to the top, he starts howling. True that. That's what makes humans humans. We still continue to live despite the fact that we know every day we're gonna die. Super interesting. We are a very interesting creature. I wonder how old Bugenhagen actually is. Hell yeah, Nanaki. Let's go, bro. Such a good story. They crushed it with this character, hands down. And Seto crying up at the top. Oh, gets me every time. It's so good. I freaking love it. Aw, poor Nanaki. But finally he learned the truth. And he is no longer a pup. He is now a wolf, ready to take on the world. A black-robed figure. Oh yeah, I remember everyone thought that they were leaving him there. I wonder who these guys are. Pretty interesting though. Full red, full white, full purple. They look super interesting. I don't remember this. Does a little backflip. Hell yeah. That was cute. I feel like that might have been a little foreshadowing of something. With the white robe, the red robe, and the purple robe right there. That looked too interesting to not mean something. I'm curious what you guys think of that. Alright. Maybe it means nothing, but it did look like a little bit more color in it than the normal stuff there. Alright, moving on to the next part. I guess we're about to travel to Nibelheim. Let's see where we're at in the story currently. As they follow the lead they obtained in Cosmo Canyon. Tifa's all quiet. Their dynamic is super interesting. Tifa and Aerith. Alright, where are we at? Are we going to see some new enemies? I don't think that's a new enemy. Does not look like it. Alright, here we go. Battle should be done. At least these battles are super chill, guys. None of these have been difficult at all. Alright. Yuffie, the comic relief. Knock yourself out. She's so funny. She's too funny. I cannot wait till we get Sid, guys. A spear user in the game is going to be freaking awesome. I can only imagine like what they're going to do with Sid's kit after everything that they did with Vincent's. Alright, time to go into the next part. I think we're probably like 2/3 of the way to the end, maybe 75%. Almost there. I salute you guys who are hanging on to this video. I know it's a long one, but it is fun to see everything fully played out right here. This is a beautiful scene right here in Nibelheim. This is when I think Shinra came back and rebuilt it, right? Alright, let's see what's up. Ooh, there's the guy in the black robe. Alright, let's find out what's up. Wow. Am I forgetting about this in the original? I feel like they did do this. This is all Shinra's doing, I know that for sure. It's gotta all be focused around that mansion. Yeah, there you go. Just like all casually walking into the mansion. Manor. Vincent, we're almost there. Let's go. Alright, hopefully we don't have to put together that 4-digit PIN code. That's a pain every single time I've had to do that. In the original and in Crisis Core. Alright, here we go. Secrets of the Manor. This has got to be it. Secrets of the Manor is downstairs, I think, with Vincent, or down in the basement area. This has got to be the scene, guys. We got to be pretty dang close here. Alright. I believe the chandelier had fallen in the original, though. Oh gosh, we do have to put together the stupid code. The key to the door is secured in the safe. Alright, let's get the code to the safe, guys. Okay, we don't have to do it. Alright, thank God. This was a pain in Crisis Core Reunion. You had to like, I'm not even going to go into it. Just trust me, guys. It was a pain. If you did it, you know what I'm talking about. Oh yeah, I forgot about this guy that comes out of here. Isn't it a cactuar? I feel like it's a cactuar. That's the ugliest looking cactuar I've ever seen. Lost number. Focus gauge mode change. Dealing damage to the enemy will deplete its force gauge. When the gauge is fully depleted, it will metamorphose into a physically or magically enhanced state depending on the amount of physical or magic damage taken while the force gauge is active. Okay. Weak to water. Wow, this one's actually definitely a bit tougher. Alright, so he's magic based now. And he got a magic defense, I guess. Interesting kind of setup right here. Alright, here we go. Let's frickin' go. That might actually be the extra boss at the end of this story. That one was a lot harder than the Gina Talk, I feel like. I mean, it wasn't difficult, but it was definitely had more HP. It was tankier. Alright, there's the key. Time to get to the basement and do what we all know needs to be done. Yuffie must be so bummed there's no frickin' secret materia in that safe. You as well as I know that she was literally sitting there looking around Cloud's shoulder the whole time he was about to open that safe, praying that there was some ultra secret, large, huge, enormous materia in there that she was going to be able to finally have, stars coming into her eyes, until she just saw nothing there, a little key sitting in the dust on the grime on the ground. Here we go, guys. There he is. Such an interesting character to add to the mix. Straight up. Ain't that the truth? You know Sephiroth? Seriously, this would be quite the tale to recount. He's just sitting there with his legs crossed, all eloquently. Vincent. Vincent Valentine. Lucretia. Such a cool story how it's all interwoven together. Vincent, you don't gotta put that all on your shoulders, bro. I'm so curious, what exactly is Vincent? It's like he has like a vampire vibe, but like, how old is he? How can he just sleep there without food, without water? It's not really, is it ever really explained? I'm super curious actually. What exactly he is. I guess he was like the subject of experiments. I mean, he must be if he has these kind of monstrous transformations with his limit breaks, you know? I mean, he literally transforms into chaos, which is crazy. Oh, shit. Shit's about to go down. Sephiroth. Genova's reunion. Badass. So freaking sick. It looks like he's wearing his Dissidia costume as opposed to his original one right there. He's got that little emblem on his hip. And here he comes. Let's go, Vincent. Time to join the crew. That's the plan. Let's freaking go. Nice. Hell yeah. And that was it, guys. Wow, what a long story. Super good. I really liked that one. I liked honestly, probably my favorite part was Cosmo Canyon with Red 13. I always love that. Let's take a look at the bonus battle. All right, it is the second one, lost number. Oh, it looks like there's two. That's pretty fun, actually. So I'm super curious to try these out. I will be putting up guides for both of them in the future. But that is going to basically sum up this video. I know it was a long one, but thank you guys for hanging out. I hope it was fun for you guys. It was definitely fun going back, taking a trip through memory lane right there. I really enjoyed the Red 13 one. But yeah, that being said, thank you guys for hanging out. If you guys enjoyed this video, if you guys are keen on more story content videos in the future, don't forget to drop a like, drop a comment, and subscribe to the channel for more Ever Crisis content. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Take care, and peace.